A few days ago, Howard Kunstler wrote an article about how the political divisions we're seeing now between the left and the right are not just about conservative versus liberal or communist versus patriot. It's actually about sanity versus insanity. But the thing is, it's actually deeper than that. It's not just madness that drives the left. There is a spiritual dimension to this. It's actually good versus evil. The left is satanic in virtually every way. Who is it that steals, lies, cheats, uses the legal system as a weapon against anybody who opposes their malevolence and evil? It's the left. Who is against free speech? Who is trying to shut down anybody online who points out the truth about what's going on? It's the left. Who is starting unnecessary wars? Not just around the world, but here in America, they're trying desperately to provoke a civil war. It's the left. Who is it who is trying to jail their political opponent and the people who support him? It's the left. Who steals, lies, and cheats to stay in power? Who stole the 2020 election? It's the left. The insanity of transgenderism. Who's promoting that? It's the left. Who is for killing babies? The left. So it is a demonic entity that is controlling the left in America and around the world today. You know, when Jesus began his ministry, he was speaking in Nazareth, which was his hometown. He was speaking to the people in the synagogue, and he told them how corrupt and hypocritical they were. And they were furious about it. And they led him out to the edge of a cliff. And they were going to throw him down over the cliff. But he just passed through the midst of them and went his way. They were so blinded with rage and insanity, they couldn't even see that Jesus was walking through them, and they couldn't harm him in any way. Now, God does make a way if they seek it, if they look for it, if they believe it. You know, an interesting story came out just yesterday. You know how the left has been trying to bankrupt Trump, and especially in New York State with that ridiculous $400 million fine they're trying to lay against him over some bogus charge. It came out yesterday that his Truth social media platform is going to merge with another company, and he will receive a windfall of about $4 billion. It reflects how God is making a way for Trump to avoid their persecution. And not only that, but profit many times on top of it. Let's use the 2020 election. If they didn't steal the 2020 election, Trump would right now be on his way out of the White House. He couldn't run for another term. And the entire 8 years, he would have been surrounded by traitors like Pence, like these other people who were in his administration who were stabbing him in the back covertly. Now, instead of him being on his way out of power, now the left has been thoroughly exposed for the warmongering, anti-free speech, anti-freedom, anti-truth people that they are, with the bumbling, demented, illegitimate mascot Biden failing right before our eyes, thoroughly exposing them for what they really are. And he's on his way back into power, hopefully with more trustworthy people surrounding him. So we're seeing a manifestation of a blessing that otherwise wouldn't be there through something evil, like the stolen 2020 election. But good is coming out of it. When they were going to crucify Jesus, the troops had come, and his disciples were about to take on the troops by force. And Jesus said that he could call on more than 12 legions of angels to protect him, but he had a purpose to fulfill. He's saying in that we who are in him have access to supernatural protection and blessings, no matter what kind of persecution and evil they're trying to throw at us. And even in that, you could see how evil is blinded by their own rage and insanity. By crucifying Jesus, he destroyed himself. And evil has been thoroughly defeated. We simply have to access that blessing. But that is an example of the kind of nature in the people on the left now, and how they can be and will be ultimately defeated.